Hi folks, welcome to RJ Impact. Today we're going to be talking about week 1 of the Holmes Theranos trial. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel and also hit the notification button so you don't miss out on any future videos. So we've had week 1 of the Holmes Theranos trial. It's been 3 years since Holmes was indicted on the charge of defrauding not just investors but doctors and patients that her company was supposed to help. The trial's been delayed for a couple of reasons. COVID was one of them and Holmes had a baby last year. As we know, Holmes has pled not guilty. In respect to the trial so far, we've had the jury selection and the defence and prosecution opening statements, followed by the start of witness testimonies and disclosures of the first documents to come out of the trial. The jury selection. This proved somewhat problematic because of the widespread press coverage over the years. To find a juror who's not been steeped in this was difficult and took some time. One juror was let go as they claimed financial hardship and was replaced by one of the alternates. Finally, the jury now has 8 men and 4 women. The prosecution. The lead prosecutor, Robert Leach, made the opening comment about Holmes in that she had become one of the most celebrated CEOs in Silicon Valley and the world, but under the facade of Theranos' success, there were significant problems brewing. It's clear that the prosecution is going to make the claim that the initial startup swagger that inevitably goes along with any new business making its way had turned into fraud. They will need to point out where, when, and why this had happened. They're also going to make the claim that greed was a factor, and while Holmes became a billionaire, this was at the cost of both her customers' health and the financial cost of her investors.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
The defence. The defence's approach over the coming months is clear, and that is to humanise Holmes. They're going to show Holmes as a young and ambitious entrepreneur who made some mistakes, but these mistakes were just that and did not amount to fraud. Jurors, interestingly enough, were also asked if they'd been exposed to domestic abuse, as the defence also plans to argue that Holmes was subject to a decade-long campaign of psychological abuse by Bawani, who's denied the allegation of abuse. He's also been charged with fraud and has also pleaded not guilty, and his trial is set to begin in January. Apparently about half of the jury pool raised their hands when this question was asked. Over the next few months, Holmes' defence will argue that every tech company goes through a cycle of trying, and failing more, before finally becoming great. Theranos, they will say, was simply in one of those middle stages caught between vision and execution. Failure is not a crime, said Lance Wade, who's representing Holmes in his opening statement. Trying your hardest and coming up short is not a crime. Documents. Included in some of the documents that came out during the first week were 6 pages of text messages. These shed a light under the veneer of Holmes being a hard-arsed businesswoman, and amongst these texts were some sent to Ramesh Bawani, Theranos' one-time COO. Holmes was conducting a relationship with Bawani during their time together at Theranos, a fact that was not disclosed to either regulators or investors at the time. "You are the breeze in the desert for me," and "my water and my ocean," read a couple of texts. One interesting text read, "Was thinking about you this morning." This was sent out in 2015 when the Wall Street Journal were investigating the medical efficacy of her company, and this caused Bawani to remind her to stay focused as Theranos was under attack. Testimony. Samho Spivey. On Tuesday, on behalf of the government, we had their first witness, Samho Spivey, also known as Yam. Yam was the company financial controller. Yam spoke in detail about the state of the company's financial condition. We know from this that the company had losses of 16.2 million in 2010, 27.2 million in 2011, and 92 million in 2013. He also said that the company had no revenue in 2012 and 2013 and had a burn rate in cash of about 2 million per week. Prosecutors asked Yam about a document that forecast revenues of 140 million in 2014 and 990 million in 2015. This had been provided to investors. Yam said he didn't prepare that document. Holmes had told several investors that Theranos technology was deployed by the US Department of Defense in the battlefield in Afghanistan and on medevac helicopters. During her 4 hours on the stand, Yam testified that Theranos did not actually have any revenue generating contracts with the Defense Department or the military. Erica Chung. Chung was a lab associate and became a whistleblower, giving a TED talk and talking with numerous press offices. She said that she was starstruck by Holmes in a job interview and that Holmes had a strong sense of conviction to her mission. Chung said that while she was at Theranos, the Edison, which was used for processing blood samples, only ran 12 tests and that all of the tests were done on third-party machines. Well, that's the highlighted edits of week 1 of the trial. The trial is going to continue for several more months, so we'll provide updates as things progress and keep you informed of what's going on. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss out on any more updates. You can also check out the rest of my videos, which are primarily concerned with hoaxes, frauds and conspiracy theories, on the same channel. Let us know what you think of those too.